Hello there, I'm Fawn, or the Fawny one. This is my first video on Royale High content, which is what I'm doing on this channel. The last few days, so I've recently been getting back into Royale High again, and I played like actively years ago, and then I lost my main account I was playing Royale High on, so I've started back up playing again on this account, which is an account I actually won a Halo on. The corrupt Halo on back in, we can look, on September 29th, 2018 to be precise. And so I've not had, but obviously it's disappeared from my inventory, I've contacted support, blah 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 blah. It could take weeks, as I've heard from people. And so in the meantime I've been playing again. When I first started playing again on this account I was level 93. And over the last few days, I've got myself up to level 262, as we can see on the side. And part of the leveling process, I decided to run some trials, in which every 2 hours, obviously after I do the fountain, I would spend 2 hours at a different location between the 4 campuses and Sunset Island to see how, where I got levels the best. Obviously, disclaimer, obviously this might not necessarily be applicable to you. You should do the grinding you want to do. You shouldn't just do the best way to gain levels or the best way to gain diamonds. If you're not having fun doing a certain thing, a certain way, I really don't like Campus 4. I know it's one of the best ways to get diamonds early, if you're early, if you're not necessarily a good player right now like I am. It's one of the best ways to get diamonds right now, but I really just don't like the way Campus 4 is, because I feel like it doesn't give you enough time to do every activity unless you start multitasking, which is a bit annoying. So I would say, I'm personally not a fan of Campus 4, I'm not the biggest fan of Campus 2 either, just because how slow the time is there. So unless you're maybe on a private server with a few friends, it might go a bit faster, but Campus 2 is generally really slow, and you're also quite limited on diamonds there. Campus 1 I'd say is quite good, because it has the least lag, because it's the it's the first, it's the most classical campus, as it says. Obviously it's not the actual first campus, RIP Enchantix, but it has the least lag, and also there's the limbo game at the ball in the evenings, which I really like. And obviously there's Campus 3, which is where I'm grinding now. I'm just dealing with the hunger need. Might be done by now. And I also tested Sunset Island. So I have them down in the notes app on my phone, exactly what levels I got. And I did multiple trials for Campus 3, but I only did one trial for Campus 2, 1, 4, and Sunset Island. I did them in that order. And so yeah, so starting with Campus 3, this is the one I found leveling was the best at. Between the multiple trials I ran, every 2 hours I got between 10 to 15 levels. However, it is entirely dependent on the amount of quests you have unlocked. So all the trials I accounted for, I had 2 quests. Obviously I don't have the 3rd quest slot at all yet. So I got between about 10 and 15 levels, and that also includes taking care of needs like hunger, sleep, and hygiene. So what I have written in my notes is it's very dependent on what quests are given and how many you have available, which I've obviously already said. And it's honestly my favourite way to actually farm since I've come back to the game, because I love it going around exploring all the campus and everything. I find it quite entertaining. The next trial I ran was Campus 2, because I have the most memories associated with Campus 2. However, it is arguably, in my trials, is the second worst for gaining levels. There's more hacks to the classes, like sitting in different seats for swimming and PE, or English is quite easy to memorize because they often end up repeating. and things like that. However, in the evenings, obviously you have the vote for Supreme Royalty, which I think is pretty rigged, depending on whether you have a big puffy skirt or you're already rich, or you have to be like absolutely dirt poor to win. I find, like, I have the skirt I always wear the college princess skirt, and I have a couple of accessories, like I tend to do Secret Roses, Crown Royalty, or I'll use the Rosalie hair and that's add-ins, and I'll do human ears and sweetheart earrings. But I never end up winning Supreme Royalty there, and near enough no one wants to do the dance win game, and if they do, I always find myself carrying like other people through, and then like they use all their hearts, and they eventually would get past level 1, and then by the start of level 2 they've drained the rest of my hearts, which pisses me off a bit. And so yeah, I don't particularly recommend Campus 2. Next up, Campus 1. So Campus 1, I've got 5 levels there across 2 hours, which obviously has the least lag, and I also found the diamonds were quite good there. So, because obviously there's the limbo minigame, which if you can work out how to do it efficiently enough, I worked out a really efficient way to do it, and I got about, like, I think it was about 500 diamonds I got in the end, when it the ball dropped out underneath me, which was quite good. So it's definitely, and I also got Supreme Royalty one of the nights, which I was quite excited for, because I was helping out this girl in chat with stuff, so I'm guessing everyone decided they saw how nice I was, and decided, let's vote her, and so yeah, I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. So I also got like an extra 500 diamonds there, so I would say if you want a mix of levels and like almost like a mix of like good, like kind of good leveling, but you want to kind of prioritize diamonds a little bit more, I would say, and you don't like Campus 4 that much, I would say go for Campus 1. Then, sorry, my phone turned off because I've got all my notes on my phone. The next campus I did was Campus 4. Within the 2 hours, I got 9 levels, which, as I've already said at the start, I'm not a fan of Campus 4, but I found it's one of the best for diamonds. I got about 4,000, about 4,000 to 5,000 with that, within the 2 hours I was there, so I'm quite happy with that. So, yeah. Then, so with Campus 4, I'd say, although also with Campus 4, I was often getting B's and C's in classes. Like, there was maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 classes I got an A in, but that's because I'm not used to it, because I don't like it there. And then, also, I would say, like, you have to, like, really adapt to the classes, basically. And because I don't like it, I don't really play Campus 4. I probably won't ever adapt to the classes. Then finally I did Sunset Island, which I got 2 levels there, which is really low. It's the lowest on the list, but I say the diamonds really make up for it there. And in my notes I wrote, it's harder to win as a newer player with no game passes or like items or anything, because on this account, on my actual like main Roblox account, I do have some game passes, but I don't really play Royale High on it. I play like, I don't know, I play like a lot of Adopt Me, Grow a Garden, kind of cliche stuff like that. So I play like a lot of stuff like that on that account, rather than Royale High, but that's because I like kind of having this account. I kind of have this account for Royale High instead. And I did, to make up for the the 2 hours, I approximated that to be about 8 rounds. So I did 8 rounds. The first 7 rounds, I didn't place every single one. Then my last round, my boyfriend joined me. and B, I also put in my name, like, can I guess, like, you're willing to vote me because it's the last round I'm going to play for my trials, and so I'm pretty sure everyone voted me because of that. But I also had, like, a really nice outfit that I liked, so I would say, yeah, go ahead, play Sunset Island. It's really fun, especially, like, there are these two people on the server who are making me laugh basically the entire time. So my overall conclusions are: Campus 3 would be your best for leveling. Campus 4 is your best for diamonds. But also Sunset Island, I would say, will be really good later on, as, like, early on it's not that new player friendly, unless, so it's much better when you have more items later on, or it's alright if you have lots of friends and, like, you're playing with friends and, like, you guys do, like, votes for votes, as much as other people who aren't in on it might hate you for it. If you just don't talk in chat, you have, like, Discord or something, you could probably get away with hiding it away from people. Which is, so I'd say it's quite fair, like. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about, was what I found the best leveling strats were, in case you wanted to, like, organize, like routines based around leveling strategies. And so yeah, I basically spent, like, all my time over yesterday and a little bit the day before, just kind of fine-tuning everything. So yeah, let me get teleport here. So I've been the Fawny one, and I don't know what I'm gonna call you guys. You can pick a name eventually, where there's probably more of you. But I've been the Fawny one, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!